what's like the approach when you're working with brands?
I feel like the Ghanaian brands cannot pay me yet for. If a brand reaches out to you and they don't send you a brief, that's a red flag. It's going to be a lot of back and forth trying to understand what they want for you to be able to deliver.
Yeah.
It's difficult for you to, especially in the Ghanaian context, to reach out to brands and say that I can do A, B, C, and D for you.
But it's not always about the numbers.
It should be the ability of the influencer or the creator to be able to connect with your consumers. My application process is not the regular send your CV and cover letter. And so in your writing, we are vetting that after you send an email, you have to sign out with, let's say, kind regards or whatever. Personalize your experiences, especially for the written part of the application. There were some that I'll read and I'll tell the operations leader, this is chat.
Someone sent a proposal to the unscripted Instagram page, and the first line was, hello unscripted. Instead name, I'm trying to get into the influencing marketing. People will come for me for saying it that way, but yes, I'm still new. How was like the approach when you're working with brands? Because I worked with one brand last year, and I find it a little bit boring working with brands because, there's the whole restriction, they're trying to control you and all that. You've worked with some brands in the past, right? What is the process like? What advice would you give to creatives or maybe people in businesses who are working with brands?
So I've worked more on the brand side than on influencer side. I feel like the Ghanaian brands cannot pay me yet for.
We've closed.
Honestly, a lot of the people who reach out for one of my team members is here. Like, we've been doing some back and forth with some partnerships. It always falls, somewhere along the line because the amount of work that goes into, creating visibility for brands is just something else. Now, on the brand side, it can seem a bit uptight because, like I said, they have rules that they are working with. They have to make sure that you are representing them in a way that does not put them in a certain light. So that's why it may seem a bit restrictive. But I know brands that will give you creative freedom. This is what our messaging is. This is what we are trying to communicate. Come up with creative ways, But there's usually ways that it is kept. So, for instance, when they send you the brief, if a brand reaches out to you and they don't send you a brief, that's a red flag because it's going to be a lot of back and forth trying to understand what they want for you to be able to deliver. Yeah. So there has to be the brief to help you understand what they are trying to achieve. Then usually you send them your concepts, whatever it is you want to execute. Then they add, subtract, whatever. Then you go on to produce, the content. I know that when it comes to influencer marketing, a lot of times it's a pull strategy instead of push. It's difficult for you to, especially in the Ghanaian context, to reach out to brands and say that, I can do A, B, C, and D for you. Some of them would say, okay, yeah, this is our budget for the year, we would like to have you on. It would be great that you position yourself. It's always about the positioning and then your numbers as well. Some people would say that it doesn't have to be about the numbers, but if they know that you have these number of eyeballs, they are willing. Sometimes that this creator, this content they are doing is not giving, but the brands
they'll still get it.
The brands are going for them because they have the numbers. They will always prioritize numbers.
Doesn't that like the quality of work becomes low?
Yeah,
and they don't mind.
Some brand managers don't mind.
Because I've been talking to Michael on the team about the same thing. Just said that some of the creators said, this one, it didn't pick.
Yeah.
So okay, but it's not always about the numbers.
It's not. It shouldn't be about. It shouldn't always be about the numbers. Yeah. I think it should be the ability of the influencer or the creator to be able to connect with your consumers without the consumer feeling like you've been paid to tell me to buy this product or service. Yeah.
Anyways, Ghanaian brands. Interviews. I saw it yesterday. Was it yesterday or this morning? This morning, yeah. Interview tips. I think you said you did some interviews yesterday. You were giving some tips. I read a few of them. But what mistakes, because people are crying for jobs.
Yeah.
But I think again 3 years ago I was a lead designer somewhere where I used to interview designers and all that. And I came to realize when I was in that position, I came to realize that, hey, Charlie, if you apply for jobs, it's not easy because the job posting goes out, you get like 50, 100 emails, and one person has to be going through them. And I was feeling bad at the point because I just opened it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, in the moment, I was like, wow, so is this what they used to do to those emails? They send me, you are rejected and all that. But I feel like some of the mistakes come from the applicant.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What's I mean, the carousel you posted, those tips, can you give us some? Can you share some of them here?
Okay, so the first one, so this is based on like real experience. I typically will not post contents like that. Yeah. But after it happened, I'm like, listen,
we need to talk about
this. So we had my application process is not the regular send your CV and cover letter.
Okay.
Let's not waste each other's time. So it's a whole vetting process. There's a form you fill out, and in that form you get to attach your CV, share your work experience, and all of that. And so in your writing, we are vetting. Yes, in your writing, we are vetting. And even when we send the email with the link to schedule your interview, how soon you scheduled?
Yeah.
Did you respond to the email acknowledging that, oh, we've received it, I've been able to book, What kind of language are you using in the email? Because you're coming to work in a corporate space. Yeah. If you don't know that after you send an email, you have to sign out with, let's say, kind regards or whatever. Yeah. All those things are things we are looking at. Do you see? So in the application process, we are looking at all of these things, which is not, doesn't have anything to do with competency. Yeah. So somebody may be able to communicate very well, have the work ethic and all of that, and would be prioritized over the person with competency. Yeah. Do you see? Then there's the element of people that worked with a good organization. So, for instance, for the community manager role, there was somebody that worked with an agency we know. We've seen their campaigns. And so we know that once you've gone through that agency, there's something with you that we can work with. So I recommend that you find internship opportunities that will help us connect your competence with an already established organization. Makes it easier for you to get into the room. We had somebody who was late, and clearly it was obvious that she had, because it was a virtual interview, it was quite obvious that she had a technical problem, and because when she joined, the lights were off and all of those things. And you could tell that she's angry at herself.
Yeah,
that
she
couldn't. But don't be so angry at yourself that you neglect.
The job continues.
I sincerely apologize. I had these challenges. That's why because we had 15 minutes and we have a 5 minutes break. So 15 minutes per candidate, 5 minutes break, and we hop on to the next one. So if you show up 5 minutes to the end of yours, we can't have an extensive conversation with you. But for me, it was her demeanor, not trying to explain, not trying to apologize or anything. It felt like
she didn't apologize.
No.
Goodness.
It was we had to ask, like, why are you not now joining? And it was such a shoddy explanation. And that shows, I feel like that will show in your work.
Yes.
When you start working with us.
You come 10 minutes late. You can't even say, oh, I'm sorry for coming late. You know, I'm surprised. I feel like if this person watches this interview, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I feel like something should become
personal.
Yeah, something should be common sense.
Yeah.
Because last year when we did a roundtable discussion with Meister, Julian, there was something I did after the show to them. And then Meister called me aside and asked me if I've worked in a corporate space before. And I'm like, no. Me, I don't like corporate. Me, I'll be working from my house and my room. But then I pay attention to certain things. And I feel like something should come. You come to a meeting 10 minutes late. the best you can say is, "Oh, Patty, I'm sorry, they just ended there." At least acknowledge.
Yeah. No.
This one, I know you didn't get a job. I'm sorry, Patty. Please continue.
Yeah. So there was that. There's another person who she was asking us to tell her about the Party the Strategist brand, and I'm like, so my operations lead was like, I believe that there's enough information online. Da 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 da. No, why? Why should we
tell you
about the company you applied to?
Yeah.
It tells me that you are not looking to come and offer any form of value. You are just checking the box.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You are just checking the box, and we are not looking for people like that. So what we do, we are a very passionate group of people trying to help people. Do you understand? So if you are not passionate about it and convicted to want to work with us, then we cannot work with you. Be curious about things. That's what marketing is about. The person didn't do any form of research. The person was talking to us like it was a FaceTime call.
like this.
Yes, like that. And so initially, I think she was not going to turn on her camera. And then we're like, it's a video interview, so you need to. So I think she was not appropriately dressed for it, her background, and which is why she had to do that. It just didn't gel.
We'll come back to that. On the topic of the question, let me know if I'm wrong. I think a good approach would have been if it was a specific question about, okay, maybe I saw this about
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Madam, sorry.
Whilst I was doing my research, I didn't find this. Can you throw more light on it? Or that works. But for us to tell you what we do,
why are you applying in the first
hello.
And on the video part, I think this comes back to what Kojusobo was discussing on the episode about excellence, because you can't join a video. It's a virtual meeting.
Yes.
It's a virtual interview.
Yes.
Join with your phone and have your video off, and then if your video is on again, at least you put. Okay, I'm getting angry on your behalf. I'm getting angry on your behalf. Please, is that all?
I think that was. Yeah, those are the main things. Yeah, research and doing the research, dressing the parts, demeanor when there are technical challenges, and being able to personalize your experiences, especially for the written part of the application. It felt there were some that I'll read and I'll tell the operations leader, this is chat.
Yeah.
The person has not put any, tweak it a bit, add examples so that we know that you are actually, yes, we are not against AI helping you, right? But we want to be able to feel that when we hire you, you'll be able to deliver on the role. And that should be your main focus, not just trying to impress the interviewer. Yeah.
On the topic of ChatGPT, someone sent a proposal to the Unscripted Instagram page. And the first line was, "Hello, Unscripted. Insert name."